I mean, they can at least see me looking for something. I don't know if they know what, but yeah.
Okay. Does anyone say anything to him?
What are you
he's in his-
looking for?
Remember that axe? That
That
like
axe.
beautiful ruined axe, which I had momentarily before. I have either thrown it away or mislocated it in some way. I'm looking for it.
Yeah. You're looking for that axe. Well, I haven't seen it, but
that axe.
we'll hold the ship here till you find it. Or until you're done looking if you don't find it.
So can you roll me a perception check, please? Or an investigation. What? You roll me the roll you think most appropriate.
It would rightfully be investigation when I'm looking for something.
Do you need any help finding the axe?
Perception is more if I'm like, yeah, that's a 7.
Do you need any help finding the axe?
I would appreciate it.
Right, so you have a choice here. Vulcan, if you're going to help him look for the axe, you can roll an investigation check yourself.
I'm good at investigation.
Or Lucky can roll with advantage.
I will let the pirate wizard look around his own ship by himself, so he can roll himself. Yeah.
So he can add his +5. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll help them look as well.
We have some good news. I rolled a 17 in total.
Okay. No, I sent you a message.
Let's have a look.
Because if you remember something,
There is.
You got a. I do need a reply before I continue. But sorry, you got 17, is it?
Yes.
Cool.
While we wait, I'll also use like some of the day on reading the 3rd love letter.
You bastard! You utter bastard.
You said you were more creative today, so fuck off. And if we have some time to spare,
also he gave me warning this time.
I always try to give you a warning. I'm a decent player.
Okay, so
starting with dear such and such.
Dear such and such, the essence of your beauty is the most important thing in my life. I weep for the moments we can spend together on the next moon. If I don't get to see you before then, every night will be worsened by the fact that your presence is not among mine. Your breasts and your tits are so important and so beautiful to me that I don't think I can live without them in my life anymore.
It's just getting a bit NSFW.
Okay, and this is a love letter.
Yeah.
And that is what the theme has been all the way through.
Yeah. It's always been about the ass and tits.
Sounds like it's all about a horny school child.
Adran, you don't seem to have found it. You find an axe, you go, is this it? And he goes, no. Talon, you said you were looking too. Do you want to roll investigation?
Alright, let's go to the right channel.
Yeah. And you can tell me what you find. After you tell me the roll number, obviously.
Is it a new day?
I rolled a 10. It's a new dawn.
It's not a new dawn. You need a long rest to get that back.
No.
Yeah. It depends on if we have slept. A long rest would be nice, yeah.
I go to bed.
Sorry. No, what did you get?
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
What do we add?
Investigation.
Investigation, yeah.
Which is intelligence.
Intelligence.
+4, so 14.
So you want to tell them if you found? Well, sugar! I just fucked up my whole screen there. Okay, that's fixed. Okay, 1 second. 14. So we got 17. Didn't find anything. Let me see. I need a reply from that message. But
you need another screen, bro.
Well, no, the other screen doesn't work because Discord is fucked. Because Discord, I can't be in a chat as well as in a chat.
Yeah, you can pop it out.
So obviously, if the wizard doesn't find it at 17, like let's be frank here, instead of pretending that I know more than everyone else, you don't find it. Do you want to go back in the cave?
I'm pretty sure it's not on the cave though. In the cave.
You were very sure you put it on your side before you left the ship.
Yes, but I was also very sure that like if I had it with me into the cave that I would have like known if it was gone. So I must have left it either on the way to the cave or before the cave, which means it should either be on the ship or on the way. And if I've already checked on the way and checked on the ship, it has vanished.
We should have asked a god of knowledge.
Yeah, because she knew so much. The other question I have is for the gnome: what are you doing with the 7-foot tall staff, or 10-foot tall staff, or 25-foot tall staff?
It's about 9
How
foot
tall
now,
are
I
you
think.
going with though? Because if
7.
we say 25,
It's a Robin-sized staff. No wonder it's a 7. Well, I think it was 10. I think 10 was what I said, but 10 makes no sense. We're gonna say 7, and we'll leave it at 7.
Just stick it in my room.
Okay. Well, you're
It
in
doesn't
the
do anything at the moment.
you're in the common like hammock area. Okay, so you're just leaving it in your hammock, basically. Yeah,
I'm in the common hammock area. No, it's locked away.
locked
Or
away. in storage?
do we not have our own rooms?
No. There's the captain's
Alright, then.
quarters, there's the infirmary, and then there's some weird infirmary for like the second in charge, but Adran has not promoted anyone, so everyone's in this area. That's where you all sleep.
Okay then, I guess I'm sleeping in there, and I'll just put it down against the wall. As far as
Cool.
I'm concerned, it's just a stick.
Okay.
Well, if our staff's in the staff quarters, that's where it should be.
Yeah.
Cool. So you ship out tonight? Give
I
up
thought
on
it
your
was a
axe?
good joke.
I liked it.
Like what?
His joke about the staff quarters.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought-
I ignore those jokes on purpose.
you ignore
I
half
try.
the sentences, and then
I'm sorry, viewers. I try and make it entertaining here.
Well, I try not to ignore your half your sentences, Vulcan, or not Vulcan, Lucky.
But Vulcan, you know how it is when we're the smartest person in the room, right? Like, it just doesn't work.
I'm down. I'm at least a second smartest. He's got +4 to his intelligence. I've only got +3. Right?
Fuck does that work? You're a wizard. You're a wizard, Vulcan. You're a
But
wizard.
he's a pirate
Roll
at
for
heart.
shit.
Ah, that's true. He's a pirate at heart. That is true.
I'm the most mediocre wizard. The biggest liability in this party.
Okay.
Out of Harry, Ron, and Hermione, you're Ron.
Absolutely.
Does that make you Hermione?
No.
Hermione's competent.
Yeah.
Wow,
Right the
Harry's
fuck
not.
on. If there's one thing we three have in common, it is not being competent.
I don't know. You've outsmarted 3. You've trolled 2 fucking gods so far.
To be fair, they've made it very easy to troll them.
Yeah.
And
And
one of them,
therefore-
presumably a god of knowledge. Yeah, sure.
All she knew was you bring it to the
We have to bring a thing to a place.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, much knowledge gained.
Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Fuck off.
An item delivery quest.
The next step you take will be taken with either your right or your left foot.
Oh my god.
Such knowledge.
Such wisdom. How did you know?
Much prediction.
And a lot of numbers? Oh no. That is a journey for you.
It is countable by hand, at least in tens.
Each number will be countable by hands. Yes, that's how lottos work.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though the numbers are usually 34. But anyway,
Or hands. Hands have got to count all the numbers.
so are we shipping out?
Quite literally.
No.
The captain said we
should
didn't ship out
Wait here for another day just to get our bearings, and I want to rest.
our
Okay.
And also
ball
to give
bearings.
the dwarf some more time to look for that axe. You know.
I need that axe.
Cool. Okay, so
I want my long rest. I need my
Um,
numbers. We're taking a long rest.
yeah,
A long
I
rest
guess that.
sounds decent.
I guess that.
Holding the boat hostage until we take a long rest.
Well, you're the captain. Everyone listens to you.
Damn
So-
right. We're taking a long
Well,
rest.
we might not listen to him, but we can't go anywhere unless he says so.
True. So
What
as
is
you
this, a
take
hammer?
a sleep, I am going to pull you all individually into a chat because I'm too lazy to type. Plus, I want to be able to explain it to stream. So, 2 of you are going to be pulled into a chat. Obviously, the third person will be pulled in after the chat, but that's fine. To explain what you basically have, not night terrors, but your dreams are going to be very vivid. And I'm going to explain them. So
Ooh, delightful.
I'm going to pull you all individually so I can say it to chat, and then you can ask as much questions as you feel like are necessary for you. You don't have to share it with the team, because that's the way I'm looking at it, is that they're for you, and you can choose what to do with the information. I do this in a lot of my other games of D&D, but I just type to people, but that doesn't work for stream. So, we all clear with that? Okay. Eberus, right? I also need to turn off all the cameras because they're going to be fucked. So, Eberus is the dwarf. So it's not really that this is a dream bit for you, but as you go to like check the whiskey, because you think you're going to be bottling it tomorrow, and you taste a little bit, you're about 90% sure that it's as good as the one you tasted before you left. And you can look around and you can see like all the ingredients would be there to like make a whiskey. And with the stuff from the Isle of Sands, there is enough time to make from scratch. You don't have a recipe, but you believe you can make a whiskey. That's kind of just, there's some weird doubt in your mind that it's not perfect, right? Basically. And also, this is as days go on. You can choose to write them down or not. I'm going to let you decide that one. But you just, for some reason, after a couple hours, you have all these like inspirations for like making different like stouts, blonde beers, ciders, lagers, and like vodkas and gins. You just have all these inspirational moments. Normally for you, it's like you go smell some barley, you're like, oh, that would work for such and such, or you have like an elderflower and you're like, oh, that'd be a great gin. But for some reason right now, you're just being inspired by everything, and you're not actually sure. Like, you're not. You say not such actually. You're necessarily not needing to see the like or taste the ingredient. You know, oh, this can just work, and you're just having all this inspiration, and that's going to happen over the next phase. You're going to get every day. You're going to be like another inspiration. You can write them all down if you want, and I'd like to know if you are.
So, just so you know, and so that I know that I will do it, I would like to write them down, but in the order of amount of ingredients needed. So the first should be the least amount of ingredients, so that I know which one is the most reachable, I guess.
Yeah, but you're just having all this inspiration. Like, whether or not they're going to work or not, because normally when you smell, like, you smell a barley, or you smell like a hop, or you smell like elderflower, or you smell like a rose petal, you could instantly go, that works in this. But for some reason, you're just like going, oh, this amount of elderflower, this amount of juniper, this amount of whatever. Like, you're just having inspiration. Where normally you need to, like, see and feel the ingredients. You're just having all these ingredients, and like as you go to bed, you're dreaming, and like you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like writing this shit. You're choosing to write them down, yeah. Yeah, so you're writing this like, oh, like maybe 4 grams of this, and like the beer you helped the guys where you added honey. Like, it's that sort of level of inspiration you're bringing that you haven't had. Like, normally it's like you see ingredients, you taste ingredients, you think, or you have time to reflect and you think. Right now, every couple hours, like a new ingredient pops into your head, like a music writer just sitting on a bus writing lyrics. Like, you just have all these thoughts of just stuff like that, and there is that still a bit of inkling in your head that is this as perfect as it could be on the whiskey front.
Sure.
It is a day or two off. You need to drop by 0.5% of alcohol content, which just takes time to evaporate. And if you heat it up too fast, you would change the taste profile. So you're trying to heat it up just enough to get rid of that. Yeah. Any questions?
All right. Not really. Not if you like just come to me every now and then, just say, "Hey, new thing," and this is the ingredient.
What we'll do is,
sure,
you can harass me. I've got 3 days off before I start my new job, but I will just send you a couple of like ingredient lists. But like, if you ask, if I never send you names, you say, "Do I have the ingredients to make such and such?" Grand. You do have the ingredients to make Brew 56, which you said last week you wanted to start. So if you want to start that.
Didn't I start it last week, though?
Well, that's what I was going retroactive. If you want to say you started that, you can start starting that now.
Sure. I'll just.
Yeah, it's more of like that's why I did retroactively when you get on the ship, because I was like I rushed through that because we're at the end of a stream.
Sure.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna throw you back.
Bring me back.
Hello, Mr. Gnome.
Hello?
Okay, so
Hello?
when you go,
Hello?
can you not hear me? Or are you just being
Yeah, I
annoying?
can hear you.
Okay, so when you go to sleep, you keep having this recurring dream. And this happens over the few days where you're asleep, but I'm going to explain it now, and then you can decide what you do afterwards. And I do need to know how you react to this. So you are walking through a forest, or you're in a forest of some kind, and you're interacting with like different animals or creatures, and it's a very familiar forest. It's not the one you grew up in, but some of the trees are like, oh, that was the tree where like I had my first kiss, or that was the tree where my mom and me did X, Y,
You
or Z.
kissed a tree?
Well, and you liked it, so.
I hope
But
my boyfriend don't mind it.
then what happens is there's a certain point of this dream where a black smoke or a black like cloud comes and absorbs you, and it starts causing you to choke and stuff. And for some reason, like normally in a dream, when bad things happen or you get attacked, you wake up, but you haven't woken up yet, and you start to like cough uncontrollably, and it's hurting your lungs. You can feel the pain of this. Like, yeah, I don't know if you go camping very often, but you know when you like suck in a load of smoke, it just makes you cough and your eyes water, and it's just causing it's that sort of level, but it's thicker. And
okay,
then what happens is, as you start to cough, 30 seconds pass or so, and the cough starts to come, like the smoke starts to dissipate in front of you, and it turns into a slender, grey skinned humanoid with two large outward curved horns, wielding an impossibly long whip. And every time you see him, and he starts to form, and he gets to his weird shape of being like skinned, you wake up, and when you wake up, you stare directly at the staff and the axe, feeling relieved they're where you left them.
Okay.
But you can choose to like pick them up, move them, but like there's this thing of your head going like, okay, they're still safe. They're still safe. They're still safe. Like the guys haven't figured it out, or no one's stolen them, or they haven't moved. But like, they're your precious. And there's also a word spinning in your head that you haven't fully been able to figure out what it is. But there's some like, as you wake up, you hear this like noise in your head that you think is a word. And after a few days, I'll tell you what that word is. And this recurring dream happens all the time. You're walking through the forest, you're playing with things, there's everything, every tree you remember, but then it's that black smoke or cloud comes in, absorbs you and destroys your lungs, and it coughs out to that slender, grey-skinned humanoid with two large, outward curved horns wielding an impossibly long whip. And that's what stands out to you. I can send that to you by text if you'd like, if you want to have a representation of that.
Yeah, I mean, just send me a note. But yeah, no, that's cool. I got it.
Yeah, I'll send you that line. That line is important in the sense where it's the one that stands out the most. Oh, there's a D in front of that. That's annoying me now. But yeah, it's important. That's the part that stands out to you most. Like you recognize the forest. Like you've always had dreams of forests and talking to creatures, or like playing with Mr. Nuts and all that stuff. But this is just like, this part really stands out as like this recurring thing. And after a few days, I'll say more, but that's basically what you keep feeling, if you get me. And that every dream, every time you go to nap, that happens.
Okay.
No questions, no nothing, nope.
No, I
Cool.
think I'm alright. Like, there's no like the choking and stuff. That's only in the dream. There's no lingering side effects.
No,
or anything.
you wake up a bit hyperventilating and like a bit of sweat, but as soon as you realize that the staff and the axe are in front of you, that all leaves. You got relief but only when you see the staff and the axe, you see the relief.
Okay.
But it's that sort of feeling of dread when you wake up, but then it's like, oh, it's over there. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
good.
Cool. I'm going to chuck Vulcan back in here then. Adran.
Yar.
Cool. So, yours, just like the dwarfs, is not really in a dream, but you have this so in the morning when you wake up, you do your I can't think of the words now. There is a word for it. You do your profit, where you roll your thing to work out your numbers. What's that action for you? Is it rolling like in all the movies where you get like a bunch of bones and stuff and you throw them on the ground, or is it you look at the skies?
No, it's staring out at the horizon.
So
Standing up, staring at the horizon.
That's cool. So when you're staring at the horizon, let me check OBS because I need to stand up really quickly.
Not looking at the sun on the horizon. Cause that's a
no, yeah. So as you do that, right? You normally you see like a fruition. Oh, this is going to happen good today. This is going to be bad. This is going to be whatever, right? But for some reason you can't see anything. And as I've said to the lads, these things happen daily. So over the next few days, every morning for the next 2 or 3 days, this is going to happen. But you stare up at this and you see the exact same thing. And then you look back in a couple hours later and the same sort of reading that you get is the exact same. E.g., by the way, it ain't working for the next few days. And what also happens is opening notes to read. Every time you go to look up,